Okay, assignment 29 is dealing with credit card statement, and this is something that you guys will all, at one point or another, need to understand how to read a credit card statement. And there is a lot of vocabulary in this section that you'll need to know as well. Terms that are specific to credit cards and what you would see on a credit card statement. So I'm going to leave the reading up to you. This is an example of a typical credit card statement where you have the account information such as the account number and the date of this bill and your payment due date, and then a list of transactions. You can see that these were the dates: Candida's Gift Shop, Skeeza's Pizzas, Beekman Department Store, Festival Bookstore, and then there was a payment on the 21st of January. And you can see that if they are a debit, meaning it's being charged against the credit card, then they look like this, and then a payment takes away from their balance on the credit card. That's why you see the minus sign. That was a payment or a credit to the account. You can see there's, in the summary, there's the previous balance that was on the balance from the previous card statement, how many payments were made, or the dollar amount of payments, any new purchases, if there was any late charges, any finance charges, that's the interest that the card charges for extending you credit, and then your new balance, and then a minimum monthly payment that is due on February 2nd. And here's your monthly periodic rate and your annual percentage rate, how many days you're in the billing cycle, and your average daily balance. So, and then some other information over here, the total credit line and the total available credit would be the credit line minus the balance, $363.48, because that's already outstanding. So a lot of this is just some simple, straightforward math. If you see, it says the summary portion of Jane Sharp's credit card statement shown on the previous page. That's what I was showing you here. This is Jane's credit card statement. But this summary portion here, explain how the new purchases amount was determined. This amount right here, new purchases. Well, you would simply look at the purchases that she made at the gift shop, the pizza, the department store, and the bookstore. And if you add these amounts, 75, 31.85, 139.10, and 38.50, if you add those up, that's how we get the new purchases. Explain how the new balance amount was determined. Well, the new balance amount is determined by just taking this line and figuring out whether to add or subtract. As you can see, the balance was $150.50 right here. She made a payment of $75, so that would take away from her balance because she made that payment. So now she's left with a balance of $75.50. She made new purchases of $284.45, so that would add to her balance. She had no late charges, and she had a finance charge of $3.53, so I'm going to add that in there. Whoops. And get $363.48, which is what her new balance is. So that's how you can go by these line items to see what how the new balance was determined. Another example here. Pasquale has a credit line of $15,000 on his credit card, so that's, he can spend up to $15,000 on his credit card. His summary looks like this right here. How much available credit does he have? Well, they left out the ending balance, so we have to figure that up first. So we're going to take the previous balance, $45.98.12, take away his payments of $4,000, add in his purchases that he made, $1368.55. He has a late charge of $20, so that adds to his balance, and a finance charge of $5.78, so that adds to his balance. So his balance now is $1,992.45, which is what we have here. So to figure out what his available credit is, since he has a $15,000 credit line, we would just subtract this from $15,000. So 15,000 minus 1992.45 leaves him an available balance, available credit line of $13,007.55. There you go. In example 3 here, Myrna is examining the summary section of her credit card statement. She's checked all the entries and agrees with everything except for the new balance. Let's figure out what the error was made. Well, to figure out the error, let's go line item and see what her new balance should be. So we started with $17.48. We made a payment of $100, so that takes away from our balance. New purchases of $800, which adds to our balance. A late charge of $9.15. And then a finance charge of $19. That adds to the balance. Should be $2,476.15. But they're showing an ending balance of $2,576.15. Well, the difference between $2,576 and $2,476 would be $100. So it looks like, if I'm looking at these line items, that $100 was not applied. So they forgot to apply the payment that she made. And under the Fair Credit Billing Act, she must notify her creditor within 60 days if she disagrees with the statement, so she can get that fixed. Okay. So let's try one more and we'll be done. Determine the error that was made using the following summary. So previous balance is $850. They made payments of $560, so that takes away from their balance. They had new purchases of $300. That adds to their balance. They had a late charge of $3. They had finance charges of $478. That adds to their balance. $597.78. And they're saying $507.78. So that's a difference of $90. So determine the error that was made. Well, their balance is off by $90. Without looking at the full statement, it's hard to tell, because this could be a bad number. That's it right here. They credited them $650, which is a difference of $90. So a lot of times numbers will be transposed, and that's what's happened. They credited them with $560 instead of $650 for a difference of $90. That was probably the error. So, all right, that is it. Credit card statements, a lot to ingest. Make sure you look through all the vocabulary.